Good Friday evening and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Here are a few of the stories we have coming up for you tonight. A semi-driver suffered non-life-threatening injuries early this morning when his truck and trailer left Highway 17 and rolled over north of Mansfield. Governor Jay Inslee has declared that February 26th through March 3rd will be Washington's first ever Invasive Species Awareness Week. One more nice weather day tomorrow before things change big time on Sunday. Your local forecast is coming up. A 51-year-old Seattle woman was killed Thursday afternoon when the snowmobile she was riding struck a downed tree outside Leavenworth. Her 14-year-old daughter, who was a passenger on that snowmobile, suffered leg injuries. The Chelan County Sheriff's Office said the accident was reported about 2 p.m. in the Moe Ridge area, a groomed snowmobile loop trail to about 15 miles northeast of Leavenworth. Chelan County Fire District 3 transported medics to the area to prepare for air transport, but the woman was declared dead at the scene. Rescuers from the Sheriff's Office and Cascade Medical Center also responded. The Sheriff's Office said the snowmobile left the trail, went down an embankment and under a downed tree, which struck the woman in the chest. The woman has not yet been identified. The final ballot count for the February special election shows Eastmont's $117 million school construction bond at 59.56% voter approval. Overall, 4,607 people voted yes and 3,128 people voted no. The bond needed to reach a 60% supermajority threshold to pass. Voters will see the bond again on April ballots as the Eastmont School Board voted unanimously to try the bond again during their special meeting last night. Superintendent Becky Berg told the board during her presentation that she did not think the district should ignore the fact that the bond got such high approval and that there are things that they can improve on.
We communicate better. We can always communicate more. We can communicate earlier. There's some things we can do to make sure that we've got our voters educated this time even better than we did last time. The burden is on us to communicate. Like I said, this isn't an additional $117 million that, on top of the 117. I mean, there's a lot of pieces we'll have to explain clearly to the voter.
A semi-driver suffered non-life-threatening injuries early this morning when his truck and trailer left Highway 17 and rolled north of Mansfield. The wreck also severed a Douglas County PUD power pole. Douglas County Fire District 5 said the accident happened about 12:20 a.m. near the intersection of Highway 17 and a Road 11 northeast. By the time emergency responders arrived, the driver had freed himself from the semi. The driver was transported to Three Rivers Hospital in Brewster. Work on removing the semi and its trailer was delayed while a PUD crew secured the power pole in line. The fire district said the semi was not transporting hazardous cargo. The Washington State Patrol and Douglas County Sheriff's Office also responded to the accident. All three Chelan County commissioners will hold public meetings in March to discuss issues of importance to their district's residents. The commissioners will be joined by county officials from several departments. The first of the meetings, which the county is calling community-led discussions, will be March 6th at the Leavenworth Fire Hall with District 2 Commissioner Sean Smith. The second will be March 13th at Chelan City Hall with District 3 Commissioner Tiffany Gearing. The final meeting will be March 20th in the new Commons area of Wenatchee High School with District 1 Commissioner Kevin Overbay. All three meetings will be from 6 to 7:30. When we come back, work will begin soon on road projects near the Gorge Amphitheater designed to better handle the snarl of traffic generated by the tens of thousands of people who attend concerts there each year. And a new sandwich shop is opened in Wenatchee by the owners of the previous Tumwater Bakery in Leavenworth. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
The day after I met her, I called and asked her to go on a date with me, and we came to Abby's Pizza for our first date.
Eating it across from each other, I'll never forget it. This place is special.
It's
Barbecue chicken pizza season at Abby's Legendary Pizza, baby. Featuring our flavorful pizza sauce and a 3-cheese blend, layered with BBQ sauce, chicken, and onions. Order your hot and fresh feast now at abbys.com. A legendary pizza tradition.
So, how's Evan?
Well, he's all grown up now, but I worry about him.
So many dangers in the world. COVID, the environment, the opioid epidemic.
Yeah, I hear opioid misuse is on the rise.
I don't even know how to start a conversation with him.
This might help. GetTheFactsRx.com. There's a whole section on how to talk about opioids with your family.
Offer support, not judgment. Cool.
Talk to your family about the dangers of opioids. Visit GetTheFactsRx.com.
There's no place like home, because home is where we're totally comfortable. It's where we can be ourselves and let our guards down. It's where we make memories, and we're always imagining new ways to keep it totally comfortable. Carrier, total comfort, totally happy.
Turn to the experts, Carrier and Alpine Air. Heat and air, call Alpine Air.
Work will begin soon on road projects near the Gorge Amphitheater designed to better handle the snarl of traffic generated by the tens of thousands of people who attend concerts there each year. Grant County engineer Dave Bren said work on the road improvements will begin in March, with the bulk of the work expected in April. He said the goal is to have it completed by the first concert of the year on Memorial Day weekend. Key components are the widening of Silica Road and Baseline Road West, with center lanes added to both and a turn lane added off Baseline Road West. Bren said motorists will be inconvenienced during the work, but the roads will better serve high traffic flows for a generation to come. Among the high-profile acts scheduled at the Gorge this year will be the Red Hot Chili Peppers, Tyler Childers, Blink-182, and the popular Watershed Festival. Governor Jay Inslee has declared that February 26th through March 3rd will be Washington's first ever Invasive Species Awareness Week. Invasive species are land or water organisms such as plants or bugs that damage forests, agriculture, recreation, and other important resources. Inslee made this announcement in collaboration with the Washington Invasive Species Council with an aim to spread awareness of invasive species and educate Washingtonians on the role they can play in reducing the risk and spread of such species. The council encourages anyone who witnesses an invasive species to report it on their mobile app, WA Invasives. A new sandwich shop is opened in Wenatchee by the owners of the previous Tumwater Bakery in Leavenworth. Anvil Sandwich Company opened in early January and offers a wide variety of sandwiches, soups, breads, and salads, as well as some pastry and dessert options. The business took to Facebook to say that their items are handcrafted from scratch and that it feels good to be back in the kitchen. The shop is located at 614 Riverside Drive, B105, and is open from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. Tuesday through Saturday. Coming up next, fresh flowers are now available at Central Washington Hospital thanks to a class of high school students. We'll tell you more coming up in tonight's feature story. One more nice day tomorrow before our weather turns cooler and wetter next week. I'll have all the details coming up in your complete local forecast. That and much more still to come tonight. Please stay with us.
Now there are even more reasons to meet at the Pybus Market. Outdoor dining and tastings, the fabulous Farmers Market, Saturday artisans on the concourse, and your favorites all week long. No matter the reason, it's always time to meet at the Pybus Market. Pybus Market, where community meets.
Around here, Jack Frost nips more than just your nose. That's why people here drive Honda. Dependable all-wheel drive with traction control, with heated steering wheel and seats to keep Jack Frost off your seat, which will make it very happy. And since it's no fun to fill up in this weather, isn't it cool that Honda is known for legendary fuel efficiency? Great deals are here now, and so is Mr. Frost. So see your Inland Northwest Honda dealer today. Honda can handle it.
It's cold outside and time to make sure your loved ones are safe and secure at home during the cold months ahead. Aging and Adult Care has low-cost, in-home care options for seniors, adults with disabilities, and for caregivers assisting relatives or friends. Services like housekeeping, personal care, and home-delivered meals can make such a difference for you or someone you know. These services and more are available by calling Aging and Adult Care's offices at 1-800-572-4459.
The Lake Chelan Chamber of Commerce presents Wonders of Wooden Avenue.
Welcome to the newest and funnest fashion boutique on Wooden, featuring mountain chic clothing and men's footwear from UGG, Brixton, Sorel, and Free People. Walk on into the Tiffany Blue Building on the second block of Wooden and check it out.
It is nearly impossible to describe what you'll find in Lush Life. It's an eclectic collection of items from around the world. See it for yourself at the corner of Wooden and Emerson.
Wonders of Wooden Avenue, North Central Washington's premier shopping district.
Fresh flowers are now available at Central Washington Hospital thanks to a class of high school students. The Advanced Florals class at Wenatchee High School is partnered with Confluence Health to make arrangements to sell at their gift shop. Teacher Hannah Schneider thought to begin the program only a few years ago, and last semester, 90 students were in 3 sections of her beginning florals classes. In tonight's feature story, NCWLIFE News was able to stop by the Advanced Florals class earlier this week, and Schneider told us more about what the students are learning and how the deal with Confluence Health came about.
3 years ago, I thought that it would be fun to add a floral class to the Ag Science programs here at Wenatchee High School. Eastmont has had a floral class for a while, and I always thought that they were doing super cool things in their program, and I thought it would be something that Wenatchee would benefit from as well. I think it gives students who maybe don't feel like traditional art is something for them. It gives students a way to do their art credit in more of a tangible business sort of way, and so we really focus on incorporating art and business together. So in the beginning floral class, we focused mostly on the principles and elements of floral art and design. Students learn color theory, all the principles and elements of design, different flower and foliage types, how to do different arrangements such as vase arrangements, floral foam arrangements, and then a small flowers for wearing where they learn how to make corsages and boutonnieres. Most of the projects in the beginning floral class are take-home projects. The students are just learning how to interact with cut flowers. In the advanced floral class, we focus a lot on floral business practices and trying to run the floral class like a floral shop. And so we do a Flower of the Month subscription service for staff at Wenatchee High School. Staff buy in $100 and then they get four arrangements delivered to them, one a month for 4 months. And we just formed this partnership with Confluence Health. And then we're doing some events, hopefully doing prom, corsages, boutonnieres this year, and just other random events that people ask us to help with. CC Wood from Confluence Health actually approached me and said that they hadn't had flowers in their gift shop at the hospital since I think 2019. And she was looking for a new partner to provide fresh flowers to hospital patients through their gift shop. And so she reached out to the school. We were super excited to be a part of it and get fresh flowers back in the hospital. So my students in the class have mostly creative control over which 6 arrangements we're taking to the hospital, what colors, what types of flowers we use. We're just really trying to stay in an economical price point for both the hospital and for us. At cost for us is it's about $10 an arrangement or so, $10 to $15 an arrangement depending on the flowers that we put in and the glassware that we use. Some of the common flowers that we try to use in our arrangements for the hospital, we've been really focusing on flowers that are longer lasting in vase life because we weren't sure how the program was going to work and if people were going to be purchasing flowers or if they were going to sit in the cooler for a little bit. So in class we use a lot of carnations, mums, roses, different greeneries and fillers, all sorts of things. We do not grow the flowers here, so we do have a robust horticulture program, but we focus mostly on bedding plants for our spring plant sale through our hort program. The flowers that we get come from a wholesaler in Yakima. Right now we are doing 6 floral arrangements weekly to the hospital gift shop, and they've been selling super well up there, so we're hoping that we can maybe increase the number, the frequency in the next couple weeks.
Time now to take a look at your North Central Washington weather forecast. Hope your Friday was a good one. And talk about good, how about our weather today? I'm talking great weather, and this is up north in Okanagan County from our Billy Goat Sky-Fi Tower camera as we take a look outside our weather window, and you can see Pateris rather, with Brewster back behind in the more center of your screen. But look at all of the blue skies with just a wisp of clouds beginning to move across our camera. So still some low clouds around in places, but all in all, it was a fantastic late February day. But I'll tell you, things are changing as we get into Sunday. We've been talking about wind on Sunday, and it's going to be pretty strong. Not as strong as I originally thought, at least for Wenatchee, 25 to 30 miles an hour, and that'll be Sunday afternoon into Sunday night. But Moses Lake, 35 to 40 miles an hour. Also, you folks up in Omak, you're going to see stronger winds in the Wenatchee Valley, also 35 to 40 miles an hour. And if that isn't enough, we've got some pretty major winter travel to tell you about for our area passes throughout the weekend. This is what it looks like throughout the weekend. Keep your eye on Stevens Pass. Notice on Sunday, that is a high impact, which means likely that we'll see up to 18 to 24 inches of snow in Stevens Pass by the time we get into Monday and Tuesday. And for Snoqualmie, about 8 to 12 inches of snow throughout this period. Also moderate impacts in travel for Snoqualmie. And remember, Sunday night into Monday, very treacherous over Stevens. So don't go west if you can at least put it off maybe for a couple of days. But let's get back to this beautiful day today. Unofficially, our second day in a row. 50 degrees our high temperature. We may surpass that too officially. 45 is where we should be for a high this time of year. And our record going way back tonight, 63 degrees, and that was set in 1968. 30 where we started off this morning, and that's pretty much normal for this time of year. 29 is our normal low. 12 is our record, and that was set in 2022. Sunrise this morning, 6:53, and sets at 5:36. All right, let's get you into the weekend now with some temperatures, and I think you're going to like it. Almost 55 for Moses Lake tomorrow. Also Ephrata at 54, Quincy 53 degrees, and then a lot of 52s from Ellensburg into Wenatchee, Eniat, Chelan. Also you folks up in Omak, we will all see the low 50s tomorrow. 50 as well in Leavenworth, and 48 the high temperature. Beautiful tomorrow up in Lake Wenatchee. We'll get to Saturday in a second. We will see increasing clouds, but tonight partly cloudy skies. It will be mild out there. We're talking area low temperatures with those mainly clear skies in the mid to upper 30s for lows. Getting you into the weekend on Saturday, partly cloudy skies. Once again, high pressure around the Great Basin area, providing all of that warmth. And we're going to see that again Saturday with high temperatures in the low 50s. And then on Sunday, here's our next weather maker sliding across southern Canada. Going to kick up that wind right here through north central Washington, also in the Spokane area. 50% chance of the wet stuff on Sunday with highs still mild. We're going to see highs around 50 with that wind, and then things are going to cool down as we get into Monday, mainly because our airflow back to a northwesterly flow, and that'll cool us down. We'll have a 40% chance for maybe a rain-snow mix, and boy, it's going to be scattered throughout the state. High temperatures only in the low 40s to kick off our next work week, and we're going to stay that way pretty much through the entire week. Wet, mostly cloudy skies, a 40% chance of rain on Tuesday, and it's going to move over the Cascades into our area. High temperatures again, pretty much staying in those low 40s, so slightly below normal. And then on Wednesday, going to stay on the wet side next week. Mostly cloudy, a 50% chance of rain. We are going to warm up, and you can see why. The air begins to change once again and move up from the southwest, so that'll get us in to the upper 40s as we go into Wednesday. And then for Thursday, cloudy, and look at the wind predicted for Thursday. We're talking statewide. Also, it's going to be wet, a 70% chance of rain on Thursday with high temperatures in those mid 40s. So it is going to be a wet week next week. Tonight, 37 degrees overnight, 50
52 tomorrow, partly cloudy skies. I hope you have the chance to enjoy your Saturday. And then things get kind of nasty on Sunday. Cloudy, very windy in most locations, a 50-50 chance for rain and 51. And then our cool down begins on Monday. We're going to stay with at least a 40 to 50% chance of rain Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. We will see a brief warm up on Wednesday to 48 degrees. And then Thursday, very windy, a 70% chance of rain. High temperature then 46 degrees. And that's a look at your North Central Washington weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Dan Kuntz and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
In Digital Media Arts program, we learn about video production gear and editing by the combination of class projects and nonprofit work and employment.
It makes things happen.
Yeah.
It's pretty magical.
We work in the industry at the Wenatchee Round, NCWLIFE channel, and the Town Toyota Center events. Every day we work with industry standard equipment for a hands-on learning experience.
Jared McCann had a goal and 3 assists. Jordan Eberle, he also scored, dished the puck out all over the place. And the Seattle Kraken beat the first place Vancouver Canucks last night, the final 5-2.
Pedersen to the corner, Zadorov. Pedersen has a tough time with Wenberg. Burakovsky's on it. Lindholm up and ready. Done. McCann. Done. Scores! A bomb from up top. Vince Dunn has tied the game. 6:38 left. Edzo fought him.
Yeah, no, I did a lot of receiving.
Okay, but you actually got involved with this guy. Now, McCann with a bullet! A stinger from 19! Jared McCann has points in 6 straight, and the Kraken have a 2-1 lead. Beniers out of the corner. Hoglander for Vancouver. It pops out. Tatar can't get it. Beniers, Eberle, broken up by Suter. Dumoulin, Schultz. He scores! Justin Schultz. He'll find a way. 6:31 left in period 2. 3-2 Seattle. McCann, Eberle, Beniers on the ice for the Kraken. Schultz plays it in back of Demko. Jared McCann, Eberle, what a stop, but they score! Jordan Eberle gets his own rebound and makes no mistake. 4-2 Seattle. McCann.
Good to see him back out there.
Now pass to the point for Pedersen and directing for Hronik right on it. McCann. Here it is, just wide. In first, Eberle. Bullseye!
As Eberle wins the foot race.
As the Kraken Nation counts it out. That's Kraken hockey, baby. Tonight, a 5-2 win over the Vancouver Canucks.
The Seattle Kraken win the season series from Vancouver. They welcome Minnesota to town tomorrow night. The Washington State men's basketball team is in first place in the Pac-12. They beat Arizona, the 21st-ranked Cougars, knocking off the 4th-ranked Wildcats in Tucson last night. The final was 77-74. Jalen Wells, the hero, a 4-point play as time is running down.
Feels like the biggest shot of the game for Arizona for a couple reasons. And Wells answers right back. His 4th 3 of the game. He has 16 for the Cougs. I think the key there, Boswell getting in the paint, being aggressive. Good things happen when he does that. Here's Jones. Taking his time, and then he's flexing on his way back up the court. Thought he had Ballo on the lob, too. Woo. Oh, nice pass. He is the best passer on the team. You said it earlier. Rice and Wells working the 2-man game. I don't think they're going to get it. Rice, deep 3. Ballo has a hand on it. Yakumovsky rips it away from the corner. Got it! Wow. Jalen Wells. contact. He goes down into the front row of the crowd. Are you kidding me? Pella Larson, Caleb Love, the only two that have hit three-pointers tonight. They go to Johnson, and here's Love. 6 seconds left on the clock. He slips. They call a travel, a turnover by Arizona. Right. 2.7 seconds to go. Arizona down by 3. No timeout. Here we go. Last chance. Trying to stay perfect on their home court. Here's Boswell running out of time. Love gets it off the front of the rim, and the Cougars hold on. The biggest win of Kyle Smith's head coaching career at Washington State, and they end the streak. Arizona no longer perfect.
The Husky men blew a 25-point lead down in Tempe. They went to overtime, but they pulled out the victory over the Sun Devils, and here are your highlights.
But it's Mia winning that battle. That's the second time there was a no call at the offensive end for the Sun Devils, and it leads to a transition three.
Brooks goes back inside to the big fella, and he throws it down. No timeouts remaining. Everyone on their feet. Here goes Frankie Collins, pushed by Wheeler, and we're tied at 75.
They find themselves in another one here in Tempe.
And Lands has it taken away by Mulcahy. And Wood on the follow. Washington retakes the lead. Arizona State at the rim. Phillips, have a good look, and it's no good! Washington survives here in Tempe in overtime.
Everybody was a winner, as a matter of fact. Graham Ike led the Gonzaga Bulldogs. He scored 20 points. No problems for Gonzaga. Down in the Rose City, they beat Portland. The final there was 86-65. And the Lady Bulldogs continue to roll right along. 33 straight home victories, 21 in a row overall. They beat San Francisco last night. Gonzaga did. The final at home was 74-48. All right. Your basketball schedule for the weekend. We'll start out with men's basketball. All three schools are playing on Saturday. Santa Clara will travel up to take on Gonzaga. That'll be at 7 o'clock on ESPN2. Washington State on the road at Arizona State. That's a 5 p.m. tip-off tomorrow night on ESPN2. And the Washington Huskies in Tucson to take on Arizona 11 a.m. tomorrow morning on CBS. Can't forget about the ladies. Tonight, it's Oregon at Washington, 7 o'clock on the Pac-12 Washington Network. Oregon State will take on Washington State in Pullman at 7 o'clock tonight. Over the weekend, who are the ladies playing? Well, Gonzaga will be in Malibu to take on Pepperdine. That's at 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon on ESPN+. Oregon State at Washington at 12 noon on Sunday. And also on Sunday, it's Oregon at Washington State at 12 noon. Mariner baseball is back. Cactus League spring training games tomorrow. The Mariners travel to the White Sox, although they'll be in Arizona at 12:05. And then the Guardians travel to the Mariners, even though they'll be in Arizona. That'll be at 12 noon. Local sports. State basketball. Some of the bigger schools have already played. The smaller schools in our area, they get going tonight. Ellensburg, the Lady Bulldogs are going for their 73rd consecutive win tonight. They host Columbia River in the 2A bracket. In the 1A bracket is tomorrow night at the Wenatchee High School Auditorium, 6 o'clock. Kashmir Lady Bulldogs take on Cedar Park. In the 2A bracket in girls basketball, Okanagan will take on Adna at 8 o'clock on Friday. In the 2B bracket is Tenasket and Friday Harbor at 6 o'clock tomorrow. Brewster will take on Warden at 8 o'clock tonight. In the 1B bracket at the Wenatchee High School Gymnasium is Waterville, Mansfield, and Oakesdale at 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. 6 o'clock tomorrow night, Pateros will take on Garfield Palouse. And in the 1B girls bracket, Elmira Cooley Heartline and Cross Point will do battle at 12 noon tomorrow. As far as the boys bracket are concerned, 4 local teams will see action again at the Wenatchee High School Gymnasium. In the 2B bracket, Lake Roosevelt will take on Tri-Cities Prep at 2 o'clock on Saturday. Also at 4 o'clock on Saturday, Tenasket and Coopville. In the 1B bracket, Moses Lake Christian will take on Cusick at 8 o'clock tonight. And at 6 o'clock tonight, it's Soap Lake taking on Summit. And can't forget about the Wenatchee Wild. They are in Alberta for 3 straight games. Calgary tonight at 6 o'clock, Red Deer tomorrow at 6 o'clock, Edmonton at 3 o'clock on Sunday afternoon before they return home. Have a great weekend. And those are just some of the games that people are playing.
And that will do it for our newscast tonight. For more news from around North Central Washington, you can find us at ncwlife.com, on our social media channels, or on our mobile app for iPhone and Android. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. Email us at news@ncwlife.com or call 888-6295. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks so much for being with us, and have a great weekend.